We took over Man United as Ruben Amorim, with one goal to get Man United back to the top. But this was going to be tough, as we had mixed results in pre-season. However, we did manage to bring in some new faces. Plus, we just spent over 60 million on a new 10. That's right, we've just signed Matheus Cunha from Wolves. Now, Ruben hopes that he has the firepower needed to make some noise in the league this year. The club's wanting a top 6 finish. But it's not going to be easy because our first game is against newly crowned Premier League champions Liverpool, and they'll want to get off to a good start. Can we upset the champions on opening day? Well, it's debuts for Cunha and Mateta, with Ahmad returning to the lineup and a start for Diogo Dalot, who really impressed in pre-season. And Liverpool also have a new signing. Antoine Griezmann has joined from Atletico Madrid. And we start off well, but it's 2 missed chances early from Mateta. And when you don't take your chances in this league, you get punished. And it's the new boy Antoine Griezmann opening up the scoring. And oh wow, we're orchestrating our own downfall here. We've delayed on the ball and it's 2-0. Ruben, he cannot believe what he's seeing. And Old Trafford cannot believe what is happening. Mo Salah has just scored a 30-yard screamer with his weak foot. This start surely can't get any worse for Amorim. And the half-time whistle blows, and United have a mountain to overcome in the second half. Can United do it? Well, no. Of course they can't. They actually concede a fourth. And that's going to do it for the opening day. But we're straight into the redemption game. It's away to Brentford. And a similar lineup, but this time, Roger Fernandez starts ahead of Diogo Dalot, and it's Garnacho making an appearance too. But the fans, they're still frustrated as Man United didn't manage to create many chances and we're actually heading into the break 0-0. If United don't manage to score in this one, I think the pressure's going to be hotting up for Ruben Amorim. He's going to need a big team talk to get the players up for this. Well, whatever he said, it must have worked because United are moving the ball nicely. And from a tight angle, Mateta squeezes it in. It's a goal for our new striker. He's finally off the mark. And Amorim wastes no time making some substitutions. Xerxes and Dalot enter the pitch. Brentford have a chance, but no worries, it's well wide. And it's actually going to be the first glimpse of Højlund this season. Can he come on and impress, especially now as he has competition with Mateta? Well, Cunha plays him the ball in a good area, and he finds Cunha again, and what a finish. Cunha gets his goal, and United are going to pick up their first 3 points of the season. A good way to bounce back after opening day. Well done, Mr. Amorim. So it's a first win of the season for Amorim, and more good news, the Kobe saga, his contract, it's all over. He signs a new deal, 100k a week. Will he repay the board's investment? I guess we're going to have to see. But hold on, there's another knock at the door. It's Højlund. He says, "Hi boss, we've got a cup game and I want a chance to prove myself." Well, Amorim tells him that he'll consider, but will Amorim really start Højlund despite his mixed form? Well, we're in the cup against the Saints, and you know what? Højlund gets his chance. It's also a chance for Mason Mount to impress. And we've also got a surprise start for 2 academy graduates, Holden and Louis Jackson. We'll have to see what they can do. And oh no, Southampton are through on goal, and there's nothing young Holden can do. He slotted it into the bottom corner, and not for the first time this season, United see themselves down at Old Trafford. But United waste no time. Dalot finds Ahmad, who gets the cross in, and this time it's Mount in the box and he makes no mistake. It's all square and all to play for at the Theatre of Dreams. Well, 1-1 at the half, and we're going to need to do better in the second. And Amorim is not taking any chances. Dalot's coming off and Matheus Cunha is coming on. Talk about attacking intent. And time's running out for Man United. Bruno's got the ball, he gets it into Xerxes and he makes no mistake. Xerxes bags the goal, 2-1, and I mean that should be the tie done. It's been a nervy affair, but most importantly, Man United are going through to the next round. And we're back in the Premier League. We're up against the new boys and old rivals Leeds United. This could be a good chance for Amorim's team to pick up some much needed points and get some much needed goals. And you know what? That's exactly what they do. It's Ghana to Mateta, and he fires it home without a mistake. Højlund, I hope you're taking notes, mate. Second half, and it's all Man United. Alvaro plays it into Cunha, and what a finish that is. The new signings, they are running riot. And oh wow, this time it's Cunha to Mateta, and it's free. It's a convincing victory for the Reds, and this is finally the success Ruben had been looking for. And the fans are loving the new signings. And the board, they can actually approach deadline day for once without having to do a panic buy. Behind the scenes, the team is starting to look like a really good place. And we've got some even better news, because new signing Matheus Cunha wins the Player of the Month award. Can he continue his great form? Well, next is Bournemouth away, and it is a tough game on paper. And it's a surprise start for Patrick Dorgu, who's been battling with Alvaro for minutes. And also a return of a familiar face, and he's out to prove that he's the better goalkeeper. And you know what? He makes a fantastic save. Mr. Amorim, should we have kept him? The free kick is in a promising position for Bournemouth, but surely they cross it. But if not, a chance for Onana to show his worth. Oh wow. You know what? The bar's come to his rescue. Onana is a lucky boy, because I actually think he was beaten there. And Dorgu, out to impress. He does not disappoint. He takes the ball and he's through. But can he finish? Can he finish? Oh, you bet he can. Talk about taking an opportunity. It is 1-0 to Man United, courtesy of Patrick Dorgu. And Cunha has the ball, and he's going on a mazy run. He threads it through to you-know-who, and Acuna Mateta sings through the away end. They've created a formidable partnership. 2-0 and a great win for United. And now it's the first game of the UCL, and after finishing 15th last season, it does feel like we're a bit out of our depths in this competition. And we've got the first game of the UCL, and the reporter asks, after finishing 15th last season, do you feel like you're a bit out of your depths in this competition? And Amorim says, we are here. We are Man United, and I think we belong. But deep down, the squad was nervous. For many, it wasn't their first Champions League game, but it was their first Champions League game for Man United, and it showed. Cunha, he gets the ball to Mateta, but the shot is straight at the goalkeeper. And Ruben sees some promising signs. This time it's Mateta to Cunha, but still no luck. And Jan Sommer calls for a reaction, and that is exactly what he gets. They've let Barella through, and he's lobbed Onana. Onana was caught in no man's land, and it's not the start we were looking for, as we end up losing the game 1-0. It's only the first UCL game, so hopefully we'll be better next time. But in the meantime, we've got a great chance to score some goals against newly promoted Burnley. But it's Burnley who starts off stronger, forcing a good save from young Vitek. But Burnley come back again, and this time Amdouni drills it into the bottom corner. The fans who had called for Onana to be dropped are calling for him to come back. Should we buy a new keeper in January? You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments. But either way, we are struggling to score, and it's going to get even harder as Højlund is coming on now. And he gets a good chance, but what a save that is from Trafford. Maybe Trafford could be our new number one. Well, first, they've got a corner to defend. Oh, and maybe he won't become our new number one. He's only gone and fumbled it. And there's only one man that's going to score. Harry Maguire. With the acrobatics too. I mean, is there time for a winner? Well, Højlund's through. But it's another missed opportunity. And that's going to do it. We draw 1-1. And a real missed chance to bounce back. We've got Stockport in the cup, so it's another chance for some fringe players to impress. And it's going to be starts for both Højlund and Xerxes. And it's Bruno to Ghana, and he finishes well, 1-0 United. But wait, it's Stockport who hit back. It's a good finish, and we're all square with the game all to play for. And what's this? Oh my word, Stockport have only gone and scored a second. The Theatre of Dreams is stunned, and do you know what? It's a tough start for the young teenager between the sticks. Are Man United going to be able to bounce back? I mean, you bet we will. And it's Højlund of all people with the instant reply. The comeback is on, but it's getting late in the second half and we still don't have a third. So Ruben brings on Cunha and Mainu. For the two goal scorers, has he made a mistake here? Well, it doesn't look like. Cunha plays through Xerxes and he buries it. You know what? He's quietly having a really good season for us. And it's a repeat. Cunha to Xerxes again, and Xerxes manages to weave his way through and he manages to find the finish. It's relief for young Holden, and Old Trafford has found his voice. And they're not finished there. Cunha decides to get in on the action, and in the end, it's a convincing win for the Reds. And you know what? Things are starting to look good for Amorim. The squad seems to be showing promise, but there is one issue. Joshua Xerxes has decided that he should be starting. And with Cunha and Mateta performing so well, it's actually going to be really difficult to fit him into the team. But Xerxes has an ultimatum. He says either he starts or he leaves in January. I mean, guys, let me know what you think we should do. But in the meantime, we have a tough game against Everton. And yet again, still no space for Xerxes in the starting lineup. But despite that, we're off to a good start. But Mateta only manages to hit the post there. And this time it's Cunha with the shot. Ooh, but it goes well wide. It's all Man United at the moment, but was Xerxes right? Well, maybe, because against the run of play, Everton get the ball and Beto buries it. And United find themselves behind once again. Will they be able to come back? Well, it's Bruno who plays the ball over the top into Cunha, and he makes no mistake this time. Amorim is loving it, and the game is all square. And Ruben decides to make 4 changes, but none of them include Joshua Xerxes. And you know what, United are struggling. Alvaro just picked up a yellow card, and enough is enough. With only 4 minutes left, Amorim brings on Xerxes, but he is not happy. And unfortunately, the game ends 1-1. But despite dropping points, we actually find ourselves 6th, with Spurs of all teams top at the moment. And elsewhere, with Kobbie's contract wrapped up, the board decided to look at other expiring deals. And Maguire's late equaliser, it seems to be enough to have earned him a new deal. And also some sad news, or good news, depending how you look at it. Casemiro's agent informs us that he will be retiring at the end of the season. And lastly, the big one, the star man, the captain, Bruno. His contract is up soon, but he tells us he wants 400k. Do we give him the money and risk dressing room unrest? Or do we let Bruno walk for free? Well, the board has decided that they can only offer him 300k, and this has Ruben concerned. Is he about to lose his best player and captain? Well, when Bruno hears this, he calls Amorim immediately. Hi Ruben, it's Bruno. I've decided that I'm going to